It's Meet the Teacher Night. Are you ready to make a positive impression on the parents of your students? Let's log into Canva and blow some minds. Our first stop is canva.com, and as soon as we get here, we can select Presentations, and Canva will give us quite a few great choices. Now, if you're using Canva for education, you're likely going to get a number of school and education-related presentations to work from, but we can quickly narrow the search even more by typing in Meet the Teacher Presentation. So I'm going to type in Meet the Teacher Presentation and look at all of the amazing templates that Canva has at our disposal. You can scroll down through them and find a look that you are in love with. Maybe you won't find one that fits your taste exactly, but you're going to find one that you can at least work with. I'm going to go with, let's try this one, Meet the Teacher, Mrs. Smith. That is a very green looking presentation. I'm going to change my mind on that one and go with this one, Meet the Teacher, Mrs. Smith. Okay, that one's a little bit more clean. Oh, and first we need to select Apply All 10 Pages. So you do want to use all of the pages from the presentation, at least to start. This gives you a sense as we scroll through of what this presentation looks like. My family, my education, my experience, philosophy, classroom, favorite things, hobbies. That is a bit of a sense of what is in this presentation. Let me show you how quickly and easily you can drag and drop images into the presentation. So first of all, it's actually even easier than this. You can copy and paste images from other sources, but I've already uploaded this picture of myself, so I can drop it into this frame. I can select this text and change to Mr. Cavey. So already I have a fairly competent looking first page in my slide deck. My contact information, so you can adjust all of this without a problem. And when it comes to my family, you can do whatever you'd like. I happen to have this picture of my wife and I at the beach in Maui, and you can change the text accordingly. So you can see how easy it is to adjust and customize this template. So we are basically happy with this presentation, but let me show you an additional secret weapon buried here in Canva that can be really, really powerful. Let's say you want to add some information to your presentation. You actually want to give parents in the room a bit of a sense of what the weekly or daily agenda of your class looks like. Well, how would you do that quickly and easily? We can do that by bringing in slides from other templates, and I'll show you how to do that in a way where they actually look consistent with your current theme. So the first thing I'm going to do is duplicate one of these slides. You can see I've got two exact copies of the same slide now, and I'm going to get rid of these objects, and I'm selecting multiple at the same time using the Shift key. So I'm getting rid of those objects, and now I'm going to type into the search bar class schedule. Now keep in mind I'm working within the design area. I'm going to select this template. It looks like it might be helpful, and I'm going to select daily schedule. Now I love that I was able to bring daily schedule into my presentation, but one thing, if you are a bit of a design nerd like me, one thing you will notice is that it is significantly out of step with the theme of the rest of your presentation. Do you see that? So you might be saying, well, is it even possible to rectify that? Can you bring it in line? And yes, you can. Here's what I would do. I'm going to get rid of the background of this slide, and I'm going to replace it with this background. So I'm going to select the background on the previous slide, hit Control C, and then go to this slide, hit Control V. Blammo. Now we have the same background, but notice the frame is also different. We can do the same thing with the frame. I'm going to select this frame and delete, bye-bye. And now I'm going to go to this frame and select it, Control C and Control V. Now notice, because of the layering going on, it's actually a semi-transparent slide in front of my text. So I need to fix that by selecting position and sending it backward, 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 backward. And now it should look right. So as we go through, we'll see that the frame matches. One thing that doesn't match, that sort of jumps out here, is the font. Now, you might say it works in this particular example, but let's say we want to be a real stickler. Whoopsie. We want to be a real stickler with fonts and make sure that is uniform as well. So what I would do is, you can go to any of these slides. Let's go to this one, hit Control C and go back here, Control V. And then make sure you are selecting the right part. And then all we need to do is type daily schedule. something like that. And let's see if that fits, if it works. Yeah, I think it looks basically like what we are going for. So we're pretty happy with our presentation. We've got the title slide, we've done some customizing, we've added this slide that includes the daily schedule, and it's going to leave parents with a good taste in their mouths. But what if we want to add one more element? Let's work through that together. So let's say that we want to add something around class rules or class expectations. So we could type in class rules and we'll see what that brings up. Let's say we want to bring in a slide like this one. I'm going to make sure that it goes in the right spot. And then of course, once I have the new slide in my presentation, I can drag it to any place that I want. And the same rules apply for customizing the slide. I would go ahead and get rid of this bright background and replace it with one that matches my other backgrounds in the theme. And you can go through and use the same techniques that I just showed you in terms of replacing fonts and styles. But again, the big point here is that we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We don't need to create a presentation from scratch. We can mix and match templates from within Canva to create a really sharp looking, welcoming, warm presentation in a matter of a few minutes. Canva's got plenty of ideas for us, and we can always add blank slides and insert images as we need to. I hope that gives you a few fun ideas as you plan toward a successful Meet the Teacher night. And until next time, keep that fire for learning burning bright.